And that's game. Madrid win 1-0 away to Alaves to pick up 3 massive points for themselves in a very interesting game, which had a lot of takeaways, a lot of talking points, specific players getting sent off, own goals, disallowed decisions, players coming on, and of course, player performances. And for me, one person showing up massively and producing a man of the match display, which we'll talk about. And of course, as always, there will always be a Haywan of the match, and that belongs to one person and one person only. Before we take any further, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and of course, comment your own thoughts about that specific Haywan of the match, because I really, really want to talk about this Haywan of the match. Listen, Real Madrid lined up with this formation, a game which never had Carlo Ancelotti. His son was there. His son was there. And his son, I was hoping for his son to tell his daddy, to basically say, yo, Carlo, my brother, I don't need you. Leave it to me. And Real Madrid played the first 30 minutes before we scored our first goal. It was a pretty interesting first half, in my personal opinion. Before we scored, of course, the goal. I think our press was better compared to what it was before. The goal we just scored was a great passage of play. Arda Güler found a great pass in between the two midfielders. Fede and Camavinga played a nice little 1-2. Camavinga from outside the box, bottom corner on the left-hand side, and it was 1-0 to Real Madrid. Camavinga, for me, that first half performance was amazing because of the fact he played as an 8, which I've said for a very long time, he's an 8. And I'll talk about Camavinga in the match ratings after we speak about what happened in the second half. But before the second half, one further thing happened. And that was a decision which I still don't understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm still trying to comprehend why he did it. I still don't understand why he did it. Kylian Mbappe gets sent off for a dangerous, and I repeat, a dangerous tackle on Sanchez. Hugo, whatever that brother was called, Sanchez, number 3 from Alaves. A tackle which was never supposed to be made because it was literally going away from pressure. It wasn't like it was inside the box. It wasn't like it was outside of our box. It was literally near the halfway line. A man which wasn't your man, Arda Güler, was chasing the ball. You made a tackle which, first of all, was a bad tackle. It was a deserved red card. A tackle which killed momentum out of 5 things. 1, it could have impacted the way Real Madrid played because we had 10 players. Alaves could have scored. It would have been 1-0. And if they had won that game or tied that game, the league would have been officially over. That's 1. So you hurt the team. Secondly, you hurt your own chances to win the Pichichi because you're going to be suspended for about a couple games now. Thirdly, is having a mental block before the game on Wednesday against Arsenal, where we lost 3-0, where you had a bad game, and that game could have been a confidence booster for you to score against Alaves and for you to maybe be confident before the game against Arsenal. No, you didn't. It's now going to mentally affect you. And fourth, that red card could potentially make you miss the game against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. Because as Marca has just announced, Kylian Mbappe, if he gets suspended for 3 more games, 3 or more, he is officially out for the game against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. Because this red card is not just domestically, it's for all Spanish competition, which includes the Copa. So if tomorrow it gets announced that Mbappe's out for a minimum of 3 games, he's out of the game against Barcelona. Why? No discipline whatsoever. And the worst thing about it was a deserved red card. That deserves a 3-match ban. I don't think you will get 3-match ban because I don't think the Spanish Federation and Tebas will allow for a Copa del Rey final to take place between Madrid and Barcelona and for you not to have Kylian Mbappe playing the Copa del Rey final. The views, the clicks, it will make it even higher. So I think you'll play. I think the suspension might be 2 matches. But really and truly, that deserves at minimum 4 matches. Minimum. That was a dangerous tackle. I don't know if that was purposely done. I don't know what your intention was with that tackle. It clearly wasn't to get the ball. That was terrible. Terrible. terrible discipline. And trust me, I've got a video coming out tomorrow about you specifically. Bun the preview video. I'm not going to make a preview video about tomorrow, about Arsenal against Madrid. No. I've got a video about you and you specifically, bro. Watch. Wallahi al-azim. Tomorrow, bro. It's a legacy game for so many different reasons, which I'll tell you guys tomorrow. Then the first half ended as Madrid was going to be defending. With Mbappe out, it became this. This is how Madrid defended, and towards the last pretty much 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, of the first half. And the second half started the same way. Alaves didn't really trouble Real Madrid. Like, Alaves made it very easy for Real Madrid because they attacked the one side which we were very covered with. We had a Fran Garcia and we had Camavinga, who supported Fran Garcia a lot. So I'm not sure why they targeted the right-hand side where they could have targeted the left-hand side, because Arda Güler's not the greatest of defensive players, and Lucas Vázquez is Lucas Vázquez, just Haywan. So I think if they attacked the left-hand side, they would have had more success than the right-hand side. They never really attacked. Madrid made some substitution. A person which I wanted to come on never came on an Endrick. Bobby got 0 minutes, which I still don't understand. The person who came on was Vinny. Jude came on. Brahim came on. I think when Vinny came on, he had a very, very successful 30 minutes. He, of course, impacted the red card, which Alaves got, which was a deserved red card. We could have made it 2-0. We could have made it 3-0 towards the end of the second half. Jude had 2 chances. Brahim had a chance. Ceballos came on, which was another good addition to come on in the last 10 minutes, just to get some match sharpness and match fitness before the game against Arsenal. But we survived, deserved win, to be fair. I liked how we did in the second half with 10 players before Alaves got the man send off as well, which made it 10v10. But I think it was a deserved 3 points. We get closer to Barcelona, and we are now 4 points behind Barcelona, which means we need to rely on Barcelona to drop 2 more games and for us to win every game. And whether it will happen, I don't think it will happen. I'm pretty sure the league is done, in my personal opinion. I'm not sure about you guys down in the comments, but for me, the league is done. Let's go to the match performances and let's rate, for me, the best players of the game. Let's start with, of course, Thibaut Courtois. Thibaut, I didn't really see him troubled a lot. I don't think Alaves troubled him a lot. His ball playing, I'm not convinced either, because every time we pass him the ball, I know what's going to happen. That ball is being hoofed over and we'll lose the ball. Other than that, he wasn't troubled compared to the game against Arsenal. So I'll give Thibaut a 6.5 in my opinion. So he wasn't troubled a lot. Lucas Vázquez low-key had a good game. I don't think Lucas Vázquez was troubled. I think he made one bad decision, which is the foul that he gave away in the last 5 minutes of the game, which was a silly yellow card to pick up and a silly foul to give away. Other than that, I think defensively he was very sound. He made the right decisions defensively. He was in the right position. He didn't push forward a lot, because if he did push forward, that means he would have been left open defensively. But I think the reason why he wasn't pushed forward, he had a natural person staying on the right hand side, which is Arda Güler, so he didn't feel the need to push forward. So for Lucas Vázquez, I'm going to be real, yeah, I was very happy with his performance. Nothing negative to say about it except for that stupid foul that he gave away. For Raúl Asenio, for me, he was amongst one of the best players of the game. Amazing performance. He made 2 massive tackles in the first half. Second half was very solid aerially as well. There was a lot of times where they crossed the ball and he won a couple of headers as well. A lot of duels. Defensively, awareness was spot on. Ball playing, he had the ball a couple times. There was one moment where I saw him a bit too far advanced for my liking. But for Raúl, great performance. And I was happy that he did this with La Fuente, the Spanish manager, literally in the stands watching him. And listen, him and Kubasi would be a perfect complement. Him and Kubasi would be the perfect 2 partnership for the next decade for Spain. Rudiger, despite not being healthy, despite not being 100%, produced a very good display. I don't think he was better than Raúl, but very good display from Rudiger. Fran Garcia, for me, despite the fact he was getting attacked a lot on the right-hand side, I don't think he picked up a bad performance. I think there was a couple times where he lost a couple duels, lost a couple dribbles. Other than that, going forward, he was composed. Defensively, I think he did pretty well. For that reason, I'm gonna give Frank Garcia the same rating as I gave Lucas Vazquez. Tchouaméni had his moments. There was a couple times where he got dispossessed twice, if I remember correctly. He got one in the first half, one in the second half. But other than that, it was an okay performance from Tchouaméni. Fede Valverde, standard Fede performance, always massively. To be fair with Fede, I think Fede drops these kind of performances pretty much every single game now. And I think we start to normalize the way he does it every single game. But for me, the man of the match, the person who produced the best display, whether that's playing as a centre mid, whether that's playing as a left back, which made no sense. Made no sense whatsoever. Anyway, Camavinga had a absolute elite man of the match display. And this is exactly what I want from Camavinga. I said it a couple months ago. I said Camavinga is not a 6. And a lot of non-Madrid fans said, well, he is a 6. He plays as a lone pivot. And a lot of Madrid fans say, well, his best position is a 6. His best position is not a 6. Camavinga thrives a lot more when he plays as an 8. He's a natural 8. He's not a 6. Just because he's good at playing as a lone pivot or good playing as a double pivot or as a 6 doesn't make him a natural 6. For me, his best position is when he plays a bit more advanced, and that is as an 8. Because he is a very good ball progressor, low-key, very good underrated passer of the ball, especially his line breaking passes, and he's got a good shot in him. He's scored a couple. He's got a couple goals now outside the box. The game which comes to mind straight away is the game against Real Sociedad, which I think was last season, and now another goal from outside the box. Camavinga produced an absolute man of the match display and is deserved the man of the match of the game. I don't know if he did get it, but for my video, man of the match. Arda Güler, I think, did a massive job defensively because I think we had to rely on him tracking back and helping Lucas Vazquez, especially in the last couple minutes of the first half and beginning of the second half before he got taken off for Arda Güler. But for me, I think I was very impressed with him defensively, and his defensive work was much needed. Rodrigo is starting to annoy me a lot. Rodrigo started the game well in the first 15 minutes and then got literally non-existent after that. The red card didn't help because it changed his role a lot. It went from him having the ball a lot, relying on him on the left-hand side, to him becoming a false 9 striker who had to press and try to win the ball, and us basically relying on counter-attacks and basically balling behind the defense, which isn't his game, by the way. But for Rodrigo, the game on Wednesday is so massive for him, and we can't afford to have the inconsistency and the purple patch of him. We need him to step up on Wednesday, and I think he will. For today's game, I wasn't overly impressed from him. But last but not least, the last person to rate and the Haywan of the match goes to one person and one person only, and that is Mr. Kylian Mbappe for committing a stupid tackle, for committing a dangerous tackle, which has now impacted a lot of things for Madrid. One, you're not going to get you're out of the Pichichi race. The Pichichi is done for me. Secondly, I hope it doesn't mentally impact you on Wednesday, and I hope you take it as a fuel to basically hype you up even more, that you want to say to the Madrid fan base, to the Madrid faithful, that I'm sorry for what I've done, and I will try to repay, and actually for you guys to forgive me on Wednesday. That's what I want. You better do it, because potentially you're out against the game against Barcelona, and that might not be a bad thing either, to be fair, at this point. Other than that, these are my match ratings. Put down in the comments what you guys made of the game. Real Madrid next game is now the most important game of the season, and that is the game against Arsenal. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a video, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday with a watch along. I will be going 45 minutes early to talk about the highly anticipated Real Madrid versus Arsenal.